Mercy and grace, you comfort me on every side. Blessed be your name, oh night. You comfort me on every side. Blessed be your name, oh night. Oh God, I am grateful for your love, mercy and grace. You comfort me on every side. Blessed be your name, oh Lord. You comfort me on every side. Blessed be your name, oh my Father. I am grateful for your love, mercy and grace. Oh, you comfort me on every side. Blessed be your name, oh Lord. You comfort me on every side. Blessed be your name, oh night. Ìbá ṣe pé Olúwa kò tiwa ní tiwa ló yẹ ká wá máa wí. Nígbà tí Èṣù gbógun tiwa ọpẹ́ ní Olúwa ọba wa olóore àṣekà kábíyèsí rẹ̀. Àmọ̀pẹ́ fún Jèhófà tó gbà wá lọ́wọ́ ọ̀tá. Àdúpẹ́ Olúwa. Wọ́n bá bò wá mọ́lẹ̀ pẹ̀lú agbára wọn. Ọpẹ́ ní fún Olúwa tí kò jẹ́ kí Jésù borí. Ọpẹ́ ní fún Olúwa ọba wa olóore àtìká kábíyèsí rẹ̀. Àkọ́pẹ́ fún Jèhófà tó gbà wá lọ́wọ́ ọ̀tá. Àdúpẹ́ Olúwa. Ọ̀nà pẹ́ mi pọ̀. Ni mo ṣe dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ rẹ o. Ọ̀nà pẹ́ mi pọ̀. Ni mo ṣe yìn ọ́ lógo, ẹ bá mi dúpẹ́ o. Ọ̀nà pẹ́ mi pọ̀. Ni mo ṣe dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ rẹ o. Ẹ bá mi dúpẹ́ o. Ọ̀nà pẹ́ mi pọ̀.
Good morning, our viewers. I am very glad to be here today, and I want to welcome you once again to this Empowerment Academy. My name is Adesola Samson Ojo, and today we're going to look into another topic on that is also connected to focus. But before I go into that, I just want to have a brief recap of what we did last week, or what we talked about last week. Last, we were able to look at personal reflection in addition to our ability to focus while we are on the path to attaining our goals. And we talked about, being able to tune into ourselves and think about ourselves, think about the past, our actions, what we've done, what works, what did not work, and our responses to that, and use the outcomes to evaluate our subsequent decision making or our subsequent steps. We'll be able to look into our weaknesses, our strengths, what needs to be improved upon, so that we can inform our subsequent strategies. And then one important thing I still remember we mentioned is that as we focus on the realization of our goals, personal reflection is like a thread that harnesses our learnings and our experiences together and make meanings of them, so that we can use the outcome to influence our subsequent step that we are going to take to fulfill our dreams. And I always say that the outcome of personal reflection while we are focusing on the attainment of our goals is to develop a new understanding and a new awareness that will help us, we have a new understanding of the situation at hand and a new awareness of what we need to do to upgrade ourselves in the attainment of our goals, or in the processes of the fulfillment of our dreams or our ambitions. And I remember we spoke about practical steps that we can take, or the practical strategies that we can adopt, in order to enhance our ability to personal to have a self reflection habit. And I remember one of the things that we talk about is critiquing ourselves. We also spoke about journaling our experience. We spoke about engaging in peer reviewing. We are not working alone. Peer reviewing is also very good. We spoke about keeping our personal or experience portfolios, and we spoke about meditating on our experiences. We don't just pass through it and just forget about it. We meditate on it in order to inform our future. And we also discussed the benefits that we derive in having a personal reflection as we focus on the attainment of our goals. We spoke about it promotes calmness, reducing stress levels. We are able to maintain our control, maintain ourselves. It enhances our creativity, enhances our personal performance. It creates room for growth. And also we spoke about allowing us to have a better decision making. We are able to make better choices, better choices. And finally, we spoke about strengthening relevant collaboration relationship. It strengthens our collaborative skills. Today, we are going to talk about another element, or we're going to add another element to our ability to focus, while we are moving on, doing our due diligence to attain our goal, to achieve our ambition, to achieve our mission in life. And the element we are going to add to our ability to focus today is what we call self-awareness. So I want to call today's topic focus and self-awareness. Focus and self-awareness. I was trying to look into different schools of thought, and I discovered a lot of meanings from my practical experience. To be candid, from my practical experience, from English meanings, and from other, practical illustrations of life. I saw that, even from the meaning of the word self-awareness, when you are self-aware, and this one I discover it's the ability to delve into yourself, the ability to delve into yourselves, look at your feelings, your thoughts, observe, your feelings, your thoughts, your responses, your challenges, and how those actions, those feelings, those thoughts, those emotions, those challenges affect you. Your strengths and weaknesses, your do and don'ts. When you realize them, how do they affect your personality? How do they affect your, your ambitions? What drives you on? That's why I said delve into yourself. Take a critical look into the inward part of you. Take a critical look into your personality. So how do they influence your responses? How do they influence your outward reactions? When you do this, what you are trying to do is you are trying to become aware of yourselves. So that's why sometimes I call it a self-observance, and that one will, in one way or the other, inform, what you do, practically speaking. It will also inform what other, sees about you, because whatever you do is what others will see, and what they see is what they will describe of you, and you don't do something before you think about it. That's what we're talking about. A lot happens inside of you, and what happened inside of you oftentimes is what we see outside manifesting or being demonstrated. So when you have a self-awareness, you are able of yourself, self-awareness, observation of yourself, you're able to delve into yourself, look inward, look around you, consider everything, the totality of yourself. Consider your thoughts, consider your feelings, consider your emotions, consider your ambitions, consider what drives you on, consider your strength, your weaknesses. Look at the reason behind them and the impact of them upon your practical demonstrations. Because this one will have a very great effect or impact on your, on what you do in order to achieve your ambition, what to do in order to attain your goal. For example, the steps you are taking, the choices available to you, the choices you are choosing, you are selecting, all this will also have impact on them. So don't forget, today we are talking about focus and self-awareness. And we have just discussed what self-awareness is. It's a lot there. It's all about taking time to delve into yourself, focus on yourself, consider your actions, your feelings, your thoughts, your emotions, do and don't, and now align them with your internal standard, your personal standard, align them with your ambition, align them with your objectives, align them with your values, align them with your focus. Consider what impact do they have on your focus, on your ambition, on your due diligence. So when you do this, you begin to discover that a lot of things will begin to change about you. What you don't see before, you begin to see it. And this will begin to influence your personal growth. It will influence your decision making. It will influence, the way you understand yourself as well. Even the challenges you are facing, the way you respond to those challenges will also be impacted upon. Now, we are looking into how we can harness self-awareness to ability to focus. How we can harness self-awareness to ability to focus. So this one we influence, it will influence a number of outcomes, like I've mentioned before. And before you realize it, it will make you to become a better decision maker. You'll be able to make the right choices in the midst of several choices. If you're able to self-aware, yeah, you'll be able to evaluate yourself, objectively evaluate yourself. I can say objectively evaluate yourself. You'll be able to manage your emotions, manage your feelings. The other time we spoke about focus and resilience. You'll be able to have that ability to adapt, after considering various experiences of yourself and how you respond to those experiences, what you have inside of you, the tenacity and all the likes. So it will align all your behaviors and your steps with your values, and you will understand correctly the way you perceive yourself and the way others perceive you as well. But that's not what we're talking about. Our own objective on this platform at the moment is to look into how self-awareness will enhance our ability to focus on the achievement of our goals. That's what we are talking about on this platform. And that's what we want to tailor our discussions on. Now, I want to talk about, there are different ways, there are basically about two types of self-awareness, basically. You have your internal self-awareness and we have the external self-awareness. Internal self-awareness is mostly what we have just discussed about, looking into yourself, depth into yourself, considering your feelings, your thoughts, your emotions, your strategies and everything, and how they impact on the attainment of your goals, and what are those things you need to improve upon. You get this outcome from trying to look into yourselves. So when we talk about the external self-awareness, that's what we talk about how people see you, how they perceive you, the understanding of people about you. And the internal self-awareness oftentimes will have an influence on your on your external self-awareness. But the two of them go together. But to center this on what we are doing, oftentimes external self-awareness is also very important because, in the process of attainment of our goal, we've spoken about collaborative ability. We've spoken about, relevant interactions, peer reviewing. So, which means, external self-awareness is also very, very important. In fact, let me say the two of them go hand in hand. Basically, what I'm just briefly summarizing that we have both internal self-awareness and external self-awareness. Internal self-awareness starting from defining yourself, your personal feeling, your thoughts, emotions, and looking into them, critically review them, and how they inform your decision making and all the likes. And this one, indirectly and directly, also, influence or impact upon your external self-awareness. Now, what I want us to look into now is what self-awareness is and what self-awareness is not. What self-awareness is and what self-awareness is not. I want to start from what self-awareness is not. While you are focusing on the attainment of your goal, self-awareness is not blaming yourself. No, 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 no. It's not you blaming yourself. It's not you having a feeling of guilt. Maybe after you've made a mistake, you've discovered, oh, there's an error here. Oh, I'm not achieving my outcome. And now you begin to blame yourself, beat yourself. Begin to have a regret on what you have done, considering yourself a failure. No, no, that's not a self-awareness. That is an overly self-awareness. That is not a healthy self-awareness. That is not a helpful self-awareness. I want to tell you basically that is not a self-awareness. Number two, self-awareness is not about you comparing yourself with somebody else. No, 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 no. When we are talking about self-awareness, it's about yourself. And don't forget from the beginning, when we are talking about focus, we spoke about focus, that center of activity, that what drives you on, that is innate. I mean, it's intrinsic. It's all about yourself and how you use this one to inform, the achievement of your goals. And we talk about, having a personal understanding of yourselves. There are a lot of, we can't go back into that at the moment because of time. You can listen to the previous episodes. I think that will be very, very helpful. So self-awareness is not about you comparing yourself with somebody else. No. Then number three, self-awareness is not always feeling like you are doing something wrong. No, 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 no. It's all about, looking into yourself, your strength, your actions, your feelings, and everything, and using this to inform, your subsequent demonstrations. So I've spoken about three things. Self-awareness is not about blaming yourself, having a sense of guilt, regretting about failures or mistakes. No. Two, self-awareness is not about you comparing yourself with somebody else. No. And thirdly, self-awareness is not about feeling like you have done something wrong every time. No. Now, what can we say are examples of self-awareness? Or I can say, let me talk about how do we cultivate a self-awareness? Don't forget, we're talking about focus and self-awareness. And we have discussed about what self-awareness is from the beginning. We spoke about you delving into yourselves, looking into your actions, your emotions, your responses, looking into your do's and don'ts, your strengths, your weaknesses. And when you look into them and look at how they influence your present and how they can influence your future, how they influence your present, how they can influence your future. Because this present, what you are doing presently will actually influence your future. And if we are trying to attain our goals, that means we have to work upon our present. So as you are focusing on the realization of your goals, you also have to be having a self-awareness of who you are. Delve into yourself, critically evaluate yourself objectively, objectively be self-observant of yourself. So this one will actually influence your subsequent strategies, and it will also help you in making a better decision. And at the moment, we also talk about what self-awareness is not. And we said it's not about you blaming yourself at all times or regretting or beating yourself when there is a failure or there is a mistake. No, no. And it's not about you comparing yourself with somebody. No. And it's not about feeling that you are wrong every time. Now, I want to talk about how can you cultivate a self-awareness. Don't forget, self-awareness itself is a very broad topic, but I said we have streamlined ourselves or tailored our thoughts or our discussion this morning to to ability to focus and engage in self-awareness in the realization of our goals. That's what we're talking about. Self-awareness is a broad topic. I repeat, yeah, but we are tailoring our discussion to ability to focus and engage in self-awareness in the realization of our goals and fulfillment of our ambition. Yeah. So now we want to talk about how do we cultivate or develop a self-awareness ability as we focus on the realization of our goals. How do we cultivate or develop a self-awareness skill as we focus on the attainment of our goals? The first thing I want to talk about here is being curious about ourselves. Be curious about who you are. Understand who you are. Explore yourself. Explore your experience. Engage in knowing who you are. This one will lead me to the second one, which is critiquing yourself, asking yourself questions. When we look at the two of them, I think the two of them, there is a little bit of difference there. When you are curious about yourself, it's when you are trying to explore yourself, to know and understand who you are. When you are curious about your experiences, about, oh, I've had this experience now, what does it mean? What impact has it gotten on my present? What impact has it gotten on my future? So that's curiosity. You just want to know. Understand yourself, understand your feeling, understand your experience, and how this influence your subsequent life. So being curious about yourself. When you see something new or something strange, don't just let it go by. Try to understand everything around you. Not investigating people or investigating what does not belong to you. We are talking about your personal experience this time around. Anything that has to do with affecting you or influencing you or having an impact of you, you need to have an understanding of it. You need to have an understanding of it. If not, your life will be in danger. If not, your future will be in danger. Yeah, it will be in danger. You need to have a sense of safety, a sense of health and safety of your environment. Well, I don't want to go into that now. I'm only trying to talk about curiosity. Being curious about your environment, be curious about your experience, be curious about your what is happening around you. Yeah. This one will help you in cultivating the habit of self-awareness. So things will not just happen for happening's sake. Nobody engages in something without understanding the reason why he's engaged in it. That would be a catastrophe. That would be catastrophic. Yeah. So have an understanding of your environment. Be curious about yourself. Be curious about what is happening around you. That's the first step in cultivating the skill of self-awareness as you focus on the realization of your dreams or your vision or your goals. The second one I want to talk about is critiquing yourself. Critiquing, when you talk about critiquing, that one, is talking about asking questions. Oh, before I take this step, ask you a question about it. What does this step itself mean? When I take this step, what are the likelihood of, or let me say, what are the things I can envisage will happen? Oh, why even taking this step? Does taking this step, does it even have any relevance to my destination? You ask those questions before you take the step. While you are taking the steps, you keep on asking your questions as well. Is it working? Am I in the right direction? Am I safe? Is this healthy? And after taking taking the step, and you have seen the outcome of the step you have taken, whether the step works or not. If it works, good. Then you have to, you still look back as well. You trace back to the steps you have taken so that it can inform your subsequent steps, so that you can have higher productivity. Or if it has failed, then you look at the reason why it has failed. Where have I gotten it wrong? Critiquing yourself, asking yourself questions, and be open to yourself when you are doing this. And the third way of cultivating the ability to be self-aware while you are focusing on the realization of your goal, is also keeping a journal. and noting down what triggers your positivity, your positive feelings, your positive, drives. Because this one will hone or enhance your strength. Now, when it works, you are excited. What makes it work? Note it down. Look at what makes it work so that it can help your subsequent steps. Nobody wants to fail. Excuse me. You don't want to fail. You don't want to experience tragedy or failure or errors. So when it works, you are excited about it. Note down what makes it work. Meditate on it. Improve upon it. So as you are doing that, what are you doing? You are trying to become more aware of yourself, more aware of what you have done. Don't just got it. Let me say, don't just get it and just forget about it. For example, the next time we ask you about how did you get to have this is a fantastic result. How did you get it? Then you begin to, I think you don't have to think. You need to know it. You need to remember it so that it can influence your subsequent, successes. So keep a journal and note down, your positive experience, what makes it positive. This one will also help you to develop that ability to become self-aware as you are focusing on the attainment of your dream. Then number 4, have a critical review and feedbacks. Engage in critical reviewing and feedback. This can be from yourself or from somebody else, from outside. When we say from yourself, that's from your personal reflection. We've spoken about personal reflection in the past. Because when you're having a personal reflection, you can critically, review your step, review your results, review your impact, review your experience. And what you know or what you come to understand can and inform your future steps. So having a critical by the time you are having a critical review of yourself, before you know it, you know yourself more and you know yourself better. Don't forget we are talking about self-awareness, observation. So when you become self-aware of yourself. You know yourself. You become well known of yourself. Yeah. So this one will also help you, in your subsequent explorations. Also, when we say from others, because we all have different degrees of experience, different degrees of understandings and perspectives. So when you receive a critical review or peer review or feedback from others, that one can also enhance you just align the feedback to your experience. That is why when we talk about collaboration, it has to be relevant. It starts to be when you are engaging in collaboration, you are engaging in something that is relevant to what you have ahead of you, to your goals, to your ambitions, so that you can bring everything together, the learnings you have from there, plus your own personal learning, in order to enhance, your explorations of further strategies that will help you to attain your goal or your mission. So this one will lead to a new insight, critical review, either from your personal experience or from an outside experience, will definitely lead into the development of a new insight, a new awareness of yourself, of your steps, of your focus. Yeah. So number 5, don't forget we are talking about how to cultivate the skill of self-awareness as you focus on the realization of your goals. The number 5th one we want to talk about is having a regular self-reflection. I've just mentioned that now. Can you see everything just everything intertwined? Having a regular self-reflection, keeping a check on yourself, perpetually looking into yourself, considering what you've done. Pause and do a brief check-in. Pause and do a brief evaluation, of what you've done, what you are doing, what you want to do, What are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? Do I have the capacity to do this? If I don't, what are the resources around me? What can I harness together? What are the helps that I have around that I can consult the relevant help? You know what I mean? So that's engaging in personal self-reflection. While you are doing this one, it will create a new understanding of who you are, of yourself. You become self-aware of who you are, of who you are. Then number five, number six rather, that I want to talk about how to cultivate and develop your self-awareness ability as you focus on the attainment of your goal is having being open to continuous learning, continuous improvement, continuous learning and improvement of yourself. Because each experience, or let me say every experience you have, will reveal things about yourself. And every learning you engage in will open your eyes to the new you. Did you get that? Every learning you engage in will open your understanding, open your eyes to the new you. You discover things, new things about yourself. What you have that you have not understood you have. What you need that you've not understood you need. Oftentimes, what is so funny is what you have and you are able to do, and you don't even understand you have it and able to do it. And it would have been helpful for you or even to you in the attainment of your goal. So when you engage in learning, don't be tired of learning. When you engage in learning, it opens your eyes and opens your understanding to the resources inside of you, resources available to you, resources around you that you can explore to become who you have desired to be. Don't be an enemy of improvement or learning. In fact, be friendly to perpetual improvement. Be friendly to continuous learning. There's something they call continuing professional development, CPD. So be a friend to continuing professional development. So when you do this, you discover that every time you grow, because every learning, every experience will open your eyes to new understandings. And every new understanding will enhance your skill, will enhance your ability to engage in relevant steps that will help you in the attainment of your goals and the realization of your dream. So be open to continuous learning. Be open to continuous improvement. Yeah, identify. In fact, it will sometimes when you engage in subsequent learnings like that, it will open your eyes to, what you need. If I want to attain a higher level, what are the things I will need? What are the requirements? Okay, where can I get them? How can I achieve them? And as you begin to do your due diligence, you discover that you begin to expand, you begin to grow. If it's business, your business will grow. If it's in the area of the researches, you begin to do what you begin to have good outcomes. Begin to have good outcomes. So be open to continuous learning and continuous improvement. Continuous learning and continuous improvement. And now I want us to look into the benefits of being self-aware as you focus on your on the attainment of your dream. But before I talk about, in fact, yeah, because of time, the benefit. The first thing I want to talk about is you become a better decision maker. As you focus on the attainment of your dream, the attainment of your goal, when you're able to be self-aware of yourself, of your talents, of your ability, of your strength, of your failures, of your weaknesses, and use all this one to inform your subsequent steps, it will make you a better decision maker. Your better decision-making skills will be very, very enhanced. It will be enhanced. You are able to to have a good understanding of your values, your personality, your passions. When you have this understanding, when you align them, you'll be able to align them with your skill. And when you adapt this, when you adopt this in your due diligence, you begin to discover that your decision making will be enhanced, will be better than the previous experience you've had. Then don't forget, honestly speaking, you'll be able to see yourself accurately, more than you've seen yourself before, and more than the way other people see you. And this one will help you to detect either failures or detect weaknesses, and you'll be able to fix them. You'll be able to fix them, not just fixing them, you fix them quickly. And as you are doing this, you discover that you become a better somebody. It enhances your ability. Now you can maintain, you can have an effective working relationship. You can maintain a relevant collaborative ability, because you are able to make a better decision. You are able to make a better decision. Number two, benefits that we can derive when we are able to become self-aware, to focus on the attainment of our goals, is we be able to have a better overall perspective of our environment, of ourselves, what happens within us and outside of us. Overall perspective of ourselves and environment. And this one will help us to be more creative. It will help our creativity. Our creativity will be what? Will be enhanced. Number three, you'll be able to make better choices. Because in the school of decision making, there are many choices. And for you to make a better decision, that means you'll be able to identify the choices that are relevant to you, the choices that are helpful to you. So in the choosing of your choices, that means you have we spoke about having an overall perspective. You have a good understanding of what they are and how they can positively influence your future or your endeavors in the attainment of your goals. So you're able to recognize and make better choices. Also, it will make you to have a better work satisfaction. What you do, you'll be very satisfied with what you do. You have a good satisfaction of what you do because you understand the reason why you are doing it. You are not just doing it for doing its sake. Because you have an understanding of yourself, you know what you want, you know what you are working towards, you know what you have inside of you, and you know how you have used what is inside of you to inform what you are doing, to attain what you are going to attain. You'll be very happy. If anybody asks you about it, you have an understanding of what you do, you can explain to them. That inner happiness will be there, that inner, inner satisfaction will be there. You'll be satisfied with what you are doing. You feel fulfilled. Yes, you feel fulfilled as you move on. Also, this one will enhance your confidence. It will enhance your confidence because you can explain to anyone what you are doing, and your what you know about yourself is influencing what you are doing and the attainment of your goal. So you'll be confident of yourself. You'll be confident, and you'll be when you are confident of yourself, or when you are more confident of yourself, that means you are able to take control. You're able to take control and personal accountability. You're able to take control of what you are doing, and you are able to have a personal accountability because you understand it. Yeah, you understand it. So it will also help or improve your communication. It will make you to have a better communication. Like I said, you're able to express your steps. You're able to express your mission, your goals, your ambition. You're able to express the procedure you are following. And you're able to express your outcome as well. And don't forget, this one will also enhance your your ability to what? To engage in relevant collaboration, relevant interaction, relevant relationships. So, and that only leads us to the next benefit: improved collaboration, improved relationship, improved relationship. You are able to engage yourself with people that have relevant, people of relevance. That's it, people of relevance, because they know that you have something in you and they need what you have. So they begin to engage with you as well. As you engage, they also engage with you because you are relevant. You are relevant to the environment. You are relevant to the school of thought. You are relevant to what they need. So you begin to develop what? A good relationship, a good collaboration. Because they know that you are a man of purpose, you are a man of vision, you are of vision. You are a woman of purpose, you are a woman of vision. So your relationship will be improved. Your collaboration will be improved. And depending on what you do, you also discover that you have a better leadership skill. Even if it's your personal project, nobody will just, don't forget in the past we spoke about having a designing mentality. Yeah, have a control of your project, a personal control. That's where you can take a personal accountability, personal responsibility, where you'll be able to identify what do you call it, distraction, and you'll be able to eliminate it. But if you don't understand what you are doing, you yourself, you don't have a vision of yourself, you don't even know who you are and what you have, your strength and what you need to harness together. If somebody just come with any idea, whether the idea is relevant to your idea or not, or to where you are going or not, you just get engaged in it. And before you know it, everything will just become scattered. You won't be able to make a meaning of what you are doing. When you have a personal understanding of who you are, you have that personal sense of who you are, what you want, where you're going, and you're able to harness, all this together. What are you doing? You are taking a leadership role, of everything around you that comes together to help you in the realization of your dream, of your goal. You're able to take a leadership role. It will help you with good and better leadership skills. And finally, you'll be able to manage your emotion. You'll be able to manage your emotion. From the previous episode, we said it at the beginning, you won't be stressed. Your stress level will become reduced. You'll be able to control yourself. You won't feel devastated. You will not feel devastated. You will not feel disturbed. You will be able to engage in calmness as you walk towards realizing your goal. You will be calm, remain calm. You maintain your calmness, no anxiety. If it's not working, you're able to retrace yourself back. You begin to develop tenacity. You begin to develop resilience, adapt, yourself to what will make you to realize your goal, using the resources available around you. It will help you to better manage your decision. I'm sorry, your emotion, when you are able to have the ability to become self-aware of yourself. Self-awareness, centers on recognizing and managing your emotions. Managing your emotions. At the end of the day, you become satisfied of yourself, your work, what you are doing. Yeah. And finally, you discover that whatever you engage in, because you engage in it with meaning, you derive satisfaction there. Because you engage in it with what? Meaning. Engaging in it with meaning means you have a proper understanding of what it is. Firstly, of yourself, what you are engaging in is, and what you need to do while you are engaging in it to realize your outcome. Our time is gone today. I think we just pick it up from here next time. Today, I just want to have a brief recap of what we have discussed about before we end our broadcast this morning, or this afternoon if it's afternoon where you are, or this evening if it's evening where you are. We've started today by talking about focus and personal reflection. Focus and self-awareness, and we talk about self-awareness, about delving into ourselves to discover who we are, to discover our strength, our weaknesses, our strengths, our do's and don'ts, our emotions, our actions. When we look into this, we look at how they affect us presently and how they can influence our future. So by the time we come out of this, we discover that we know ourselves better, and as we are focusing on the realization of our goals, we need this skill to be able to stay focused. Because if you don't have this skill, oftentimes we can stay out of focus. And when we stay out of focus, we lose the opportunity and the privilege of attaining our goals. And we spoke about having an internal self-awareness, and also we have an external self-awareness. The two of them work together. We've discussed about them, but everything stems from what you're delving into yourself. Now, when you are able to become self-aware, so the product of this will also influence your external self-awareness. Because external self-awareness talks about how people feel you, and if you can, in fact, you have that ability to even become self-aware of yourself, looking at it from the external point of view, you'll be able to discover that you develop a very good relation with people, because you'll be able to empathize with others, be able to understand or have the feelings others are feeling. And when you have the feelings others are feeling, be able to engage that, to relate to them, and that will make you to have a strong relationship with people around you. Yeah. And everything stems from your inner your intrinsic the intrinsic understanding of yourselves. We spoke about what self-awareness is not. It's not about blaming yourself. It's not about regretting what you've done. Maybe there is a failure, or you have not gotten the right outcome. So blaming yourself or regretting is not self-awareness. That's an overly aware self-awareness. It isn't that. And it is not about you comparing yourself with somebody else. Now, it is not about you feeling as if you have done something wrong at all times. No, these are not self-awareness. Yeah, we have discussed what self-awareness is from the beginning. And we spoke about how we can cultivate or develop a self-awareness. I'll just mention them. I won't discuss them again because we've already discussed them. The first one is being curious about yourself. The second one is critiquing yourself. The third one is keeping a journal and noting what triggers your positive experience. Critically reviewing and feedback. Having a critical review and feedbacks from your personal experience, and also from others. From your personal experience and also from others. And we also talk about having a regular self-reflection. And finally, we talk about being open to perpetual or continuous learning and improvement. Continuous learning and improvement. And finally, we talk about what are the benefits of self-awareness. Number one, we spoke about it will make you a better decision maker. As you become self-aware of yourself, while you are focusing on the attainment of your goals, you discover that you become a better decision maker. Number two, you become you have a better overall understanding or overall perspective of what is happening around you, even yourself as well. And this one will enhance your creativity. And number three, you'll be able to make better choices. Number four, you'll be able to have a better work satisfaction. The steps you are taking, you'll be satisfied with the steps you are taking because you have a good understanding of what you are doing. And number five, you'll be more confident because you're able to take personal responsibility and you have a personal accountability. So you'll be very confident, very confident. Number six, you have a better communication skill, which also stems from where? From a better or good understanding of what you are doing. You said the reason why you are doing it. Number seven, it will improve your relationship, your interrelationship, interpersonal skills with others, especially with your collaborators, relevant people with your relevant ideas. You'll be able to have a better leadership skill. You can manage your experience. not somebody coming from any place to manage your experience. If somebody manages your experience for you, that means you don't understand what you are doing. You'll be able to manage your experience. You can take advice. You now align those advice with your values. If those advice, align positively with your values and enhances or the attainment of your goals, that's it. But if it's something that negates your mission, your objectives, and you look at it critically and doesn't have any relevance to the or meaningful, let me say, meaningful understandings, after your critical reviewing and taking critical feedbacks, you don't have to go by it. So you'll be able to manage your what? Manage your experience. That's leadership, leadership skill. And finally, you'll be able to manage your emotions. Manage your emotions in order to eliminate what? Eliminate stress, eliminate anxiety, eliminate, feeling low esteem, all the likes. That, before you'll be able to self-manage yourselves. And then finally, self-awareness. As you are focusing on the realization of your goals, it is a vital skill in a fulfilling life. It's a vital skill in a fulfilling life. And I hope you've been able to get one or two things in what we discussed today. And I will also take time to listen to it again as well. And until I meet you again, I want to advise you to remain focused and perpetual, taking time to understand yourself better, understand your environment, and you have a better outcome. And I wish you all the best in life. Thank you for listening. Till I meet you again, take care and God bless.
Faithful God, I worship you. My salvation, my strength, I worship you. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Faithful God, mighty man in battle. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Salvation, you are my strength, you are my shepherd, you are my light, mighty man in battle, whom shall I fear? Faithful God you are, I give you all the praise. Say, you are my shepherd, my light, mighty man in battle, yeah. Whom shall I fear? Oh, I give